The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? Good to be with you. You're looking very good today, by the way. You can come a little bit closer to the speaker. It's all right. I won't hurt you much. Well, this is the Ron Van Dam Show. It's got my name in it, so I guess I better do something. Oh, got an itch. Can you get this? Oh, thank you. Oh, man. Woo, thank you. All right, the announcement was made on the news, like that matters, but this is the warmest year on record, 2023, since they've been writing things down, checking things out. This is the hottest year on record of always. Even Moses, it wasn't hotter. This is the hottest time ever. So maybe, just maybe, this is a signal to us, that we better do something about it. See, the idea is that you're trying to make things better for future generations, your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-children, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren. They're supposed to be better off than you, but, you know, we're a very, selfish society where, oh, I don't care, I'll be dead in 20 years, what do I care? Don't do that, don't do that. There is a problem. There is a problem. It's staring you in the face that the only planet that we can possibly exist on, we don't even have bus service to Mars at this point. There's no Silver Line or anything. This is the only choice we got. And yet, a lot of people say, it's just, it's supposed to be hot in the summer. What are you talking about? It's cold in the winter, so that kind of explodes your theory, doesn't it? No, this was the hottest year on record ever. Don't you get it? Well, how do you really trust what they say? Well, like you don't know anything about it at all. Why would I trust what you say? What are you talking about? It's like you're swimming in the ocean and there's like a lot of sharks. And you find out this is the most sharks in the ocean there's ever been swimming around me. So what should you do about it? Get out of the ocean until there's less sharks. But what do we do as a society? Hey, won't worry about it until a shark takes my leg off. Then I'll do something about it. What's wrong with our society? I don't understand it. I don't get the one thing we should have in common. Look, I'm raising my arm with my finger outstretched because it's television and I have to do something physical or demonstrative. Otherwise, what's the point of doing this on television? The one thing that we should all be in agreement on is like the planet, the damn planet. That's the end of the game, is the planet. But there are a lot of people that go, hey, you're making a big thing about it. Let's just drill for oil and shut up. We're making a lot of money with the oil. The oil company make a lot of money, so leave them alone. You don't understand. You don't understand. It should be the one thing that we all agree on, but we don't, because we just don't. As a society, we suck. Now, come on, don't argue with me. I'll say it again for the kids that haven't left the room yet. As a society, we suck. We're not great at being human beings. We never got that down. We never got that game down very well. I'm a good person somewhat. No, you're not. You're not, because all you care about is yourself. The people that only care about themselves are the people that are the roadblocks to a society that doesn't suck. But it didn't happen. The only time in my life, and it's been a fairly long one so far, the only time in my life that I felt some type of camaraderie, but not, was 2001 with the World Trade Center thing, the September 11th thing. Because after that happened, everybody was depressed. Everybody was supporting each other. Everybody was grieving. People felt united about what had happened here. We were a society. For a couple of days, we were a society. But then when you thought deeper about it, it was also the darkest day because there were very, very bad people on the planet that are out to destroy and kill millions of people just because you're not them. That was kind of scary and still is. And then Rudy Giuliani. I mean, he was America's mayor at the time of New York City at the time of that tragedy, and he was like somewhat of a hero. I mean, what else could he do? But he was a hero. Now he's King Schmuck of the underpants. So I don't know, man. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. If someone said, Ron, and that would be my name, and they'd be saying it to me, Ron, what is your biggest disappointment of your life? And I would say, all of you, all of the people. Society is the biggest disappointment. When I was younger, I used to go to the movies a lot because my parents wanted me out of the house. And they used to give me money to go to the movies to get rid of me for a few hours. Actually, back when I was growing up, they had a thing called double features. What? I've never heard of that, Ron. What do you talk of? Was double. You'd go to the movie theater, you'd pay the admission price, and you could sit in the damn place all day in the air conditioning, because not everything had air conditioning was growing up. No. Back in the 1700s, we didn't have air conditioning all over the place. You pay one admission price, you sat in that movie theater all day, and you would go, some theaters had 2 screens, and you could just jump from one to the other, or on one screen there'd be like 2 different movies in a row on the same screen. Double features, they called them. It was pretty cool. No more, no. But anyway, I would sit there, and the James Bond movies were very, very popular. You know, at the beginning of the James Bond series, when it was Sean Connery and Roger Moore. You millennials don't know what I'm talking about. And in these movies, there were villains who were out to destroy the world. It was Armageddon. Armageddon really upset about this. There'd be these nasty people with strange speech impediments and these odd little crows that would sit on their shoulder, and they'd play with metal balls. I mean, that's crazy, right? And they were leaders of horrible, destructive countries, and they wanted to destroy mankind so that they could rule the globe. And you would watch these James Bond movies and you go, oh, that's like, that doesn't happen. This is great entertainment, but I mean, seriously? Dictators that want to take over the whole planet? That is, with all these weapons and these laser pointed things that can destroy in a second's notice. That's crazy. Let's enjoy the movie and have a good time. No, don't enjoy it, because it's true. Because there are people who want to destroy the world. And the number of them is growing. Used to be just the Soviet Union and all that stuff. Now it's like, well, it's not just them that want to destroy everybody else. Sometimes in this country, there are people who seek so much power, they'll do anything to gain it. I think you may know who I'm talking about there. Yeah, the world's full, and it seems that the bad ones are starting to win. How did that happen? That's not the way it is in the movies. What's going on here? Follow the script. So, again, Ron, what is your greatest disappointment that you found in life? And I would say mankind. Mankind. We have a lot of people that want to destroy things simply for the power. We have diseases that we're still dying of. Oh, we've prolonged life, of course, but we got these cancers still floating around, and we haven't cured that yet. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that just didn't materialize the way they were supposed to. People didn't get more civilized. They kind of like degraded into the opposite direction. Even me. I mean, they have that chart of the, how people evolved, humans evolved, and they started all hunched over, and then, as apes or something, and then as civilization progressed, people are standing up straight and wearing jackets and ties and carrying briefcases. Hey, my back hurts me, and the older I get, because I'm tall, I'm starting to decay back to the ape thing, hunched over. So I don't even know. And I've said this on the show before. There are probably, most definitely, aliens visiting us from other planets. And yes, from Mexico as well. I don't know how they get here. They have developed technology. Technology doesn't stop on this planet only to the point of where we are. It keeps going and going and going and going. So at some place, somewhere in the vast galaxies of universes infinitum, there are civilizations that have already figured this out and are still figuring it out and are able to somehow come to this particular planet Earth, I think we call it. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of it. So these aliens come here, and their first contact is always somebody who lives in a trailer park. I don't know why, if that's on purpose. Maybe they want to stay away from the big cities so that they're not obviously, noticed. I mean, if you want a vacation, you go to the middle of the city with all the hustle and bustle? No, you go to a little island where there are not too many people and you enjoy the atmosphere. Well, that's what aliens do from other galaxies. They go to trailer parks because there's less people around there. By the way, this is not as much of an economic criticism as you may think. Some people can't afford homes and they have to live in trailer parks, and I get it. But at the same time, you're kind of between a rock and a hard place if you live in a trailer park. I mean, either you got aliens coming from other planets that are probing you in the middle of the night, or you get a tornado coming down the street. I mean, not exactly the best real estate idea. So the aliens go to the trailer parks because they know that's where the smart people are. And that's it, But now, all of a sudden, the government is starting to admit that, yeah, we think that there are really possibly things that we can't identify coming from other sources other than this Earth. Beyond our technology, beyond anybody's technology, there's some stuff happening. And they're starting to actually let some of those stories and reports out in public. And they're usually from credible sources, like airplane pilots and soldiers in the military, scientists, police officers, dentists, people who work at Walmart, people who charge money to assemble the furniture at IKEA, people who are baristas at Starbucks. Really credible people. They're starting to see these things, these unexplained things. Apparently, there was an Area 51 in New Mexico, which is a desert area. Area 51, in case you don't know where that is, that's pretty much between Area 50 and Area 52. These are various areas, and they number them. Area 50, of course, is where they have the Lollapalooza Rock Festival every year. Area 52 is where they have the craft fair with various vendors selling things like old books and records and, garments that nobody else will wear. And then there's Area 51 where they have the aliens stored. Yeah, apparently an alien spacecraft crashed in Area 51. It was headed for 49, but made a wrong turn, crashed in 51, and they recovered the body of an alien. And they probed it, you probe us, we'll probe you right back, I can imagine like what the alien was saying. What the hell are you doing? What the hell? Why are you probing me? Well, you're over 50. You need a colonoscopy, so, don't complain. I don't know whatever happened to the alien, but that's the story with Area 51. So, I don't know if it's true or not because they don't tell us anything, but they're starting to release some of these video footage things that show these strange spacecraft, or perhaps a reflection on a mirror of a car passing behind you 2 o'clock in the morning and the headlights glaring off of the camera lens. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's an alien spacecraft. My only hope is that people from other galaxies are a bit more psychologically advanced than we are. Because we just aren't. We aren't. Do you know that it would be wonderful if the majority of people on this planet were Einsteins and scientists and people who had incredible knowledge and common sense and were able to decipher things that could make everything better for everybody? If there were tons of those people and just a few schmucks, that would be great. But in our civilization, here on planet Earth, the norm is billions of schmucks walking the planet, eating donuts, drinking Red Bull, and watching football. That's our society. Billions of schmucks walking around, just bumping into each other, sometimes smiling, sometimes saying something nice, but still under the general realm of schmuck, with a few dots of incredibly intelligent people. And where do all those incredibly intelligent people go? They work at the Geek Squad at Best Buy. And that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. That's it. That's it. After all these years, this is where we are right now. It's crazy, man. The other thing I wanted to talk about today before I'm violently escorted out of the building. Kids, I don't understand you. What I don't understand is the school board I don't have anybody here from any school boards. Every town or city has a school board, a board of people who kind of are trying to look out for the kids. They're trying. They're usually very good, well-meaning people. They're elected into positions by people that basically don't know what they're voting for. I mean, let's face it, they don't know you. If your last name is Finnegan, you're going to get the Irish vote. I mean, it's pretty much, you know that's true, don't you? Anyway, and I know you're disagreeing, but it is true. People don't know who you are. They'll vote because your last name is some ethnic thing. Anyway, thanks for your service, for being on the school board, because you do have to sit through meetings, and for that I do honor you, because I couldn't do it. I don't have the tolerance to sit and listen to other people talk hours on end. I'm just sorry, I just can't do that. It's not in my physical or mental makeup. But here's what I don't understand. Why do kids have so many school holidays? What are you setting them up for in life? Listen to me. You've got a week off, sometimes a little bit more, for a winter recess. That's the week between Christmas and New Year's. All right, I kind of get that. I had that off too when I was going to school back in 1492. But then we started to get into some strange areas here. That's December. January, you got some holidays spotted all the way through that. Then comes February, you've got February vacation. What? Why? Take off President's Day or Ancestral Day, whatever you call that. Whatever. But a whole week off because it's February? What is that, a religious holiday for a week? What is that? So you got a week off in December, and then just 2 months later, January, nothing really. February, we're going to give you a whole week off. You kids deserve it for nothing. And then you go to March, and you're there for most of that month. And then April, you got April vacation. Holy crap! Holy crap! Every other month, you get a week off. Why? When you get a job, they don't do that. Bob, thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll give you a vacation there. You're not going to get the whole summer like when you were a kid. We'll give you like a week or 2 weeks vacation, but you ain't getting 5 weeks vacation, baby. And you're not getting a whole week off in December. Maybe we'll give you that. But a whole week, February week off because it's February? No. April vacation? Get out of here. Oh, God. You're making these kids so... oh, God. Don't you understand the purpose of education is to get the kids out of the house? Don't you get that? That's where the education is. What do they learn in a classroom? How not to be home. That's pretty much it, right? I don't know. I don't understand the whole thing. I really don't. Kids got it too easy. In some school systems, I think by mistake I just said scum schools, which it's not far off. In some schools, and I don't know about the town that I live in, you can bring your cell phone into class. Now, I don't know if you can have it turned on or turned off. I don't know. But you can have your cell phone with you or on. I don't know the rules. I think that's in case the person who's teaching the class is really boring, you can go to Instagram or play like a video game. I really don't know the purpose of it. I don't know why you would need a cell phone in class. I've got to tell you something. When I went to school, there were no cell phones, and I survived. Ron, how did you do that? I just didn't think of calling anybody in the middle of a class. I just never, it wasn't a thing. We just didn't do that. And you survived, Ron? It must have been grueling. No, not really. We just sat there and tried to learn things. Sometimes it wasn't easy, but we tried because there's nothing else to do. There were no distractions, except for Becky, who wore a short skirt to school every day. I didn't learn much in that class, or at least what I should have been learning. Kids got it too easy, man. You got too easy. I mean, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You're going to graduate from high school, then you're going to go to college, where you go maybe 1 or 2 classes a day and you're done. Rest of the day, you're drunk on your ass or, going down the hall to see what kind of drugs are available. I mean, I know that doesn't happen in college. I know, right? I don't know. Ron, when I went to college, we studied hard. We had term papers. It was very, very difficult. What? Don't pull that with me. Don't pull that with me. What you learn in college is society. The true meaning of the word beer. That's what you learn. You have your little sexual escapades. It's a social conundrum. It's like the television show Big Brother. You're thrown into a phony world of a lot of people living in one room or one building. And that's pretty much what it is. Sure, you learn some stuff on the side that you'll forget in a couple of years anyway, but it's basically a social experiment that never works out. And your parents are paying a lot of money for that social experiment that they worry about as soon as you step out of the door and go to the college dorm. And they're paying for that worry. Times have changed, my friends. You know the old story that I used to walk a mile to school and a mile home? I actually did that. No lie. It's true. Walked a mile to the school, walked a mile home. Ron, wasn't there bus service? Well, yes, but I had legs. I wouldn't do that now. That's a little exhausting, although it would help my pedometer reading. Be a lot of steps. But when I was a kid, walking a mile was nothing. It felt good. It was fun. It was good times. Yeah, I walked. And I lived in New York City for a good number of decades. And I never felt better in my life, walking up and down stairs, walking the streets of New York, looking at people. It was exhilarating, exciting. And I was fit because I walked. If I ate food, I would walk it off, just walking home from the restaurant or from the whatever. We walked it off, everything. Yeah. Anyway, kids, just telling you, you're missing out on life. Anyway, what galaxy are you from? That's the question and the title of today's show. All right, I'm just about out of time for today. I'll be back again next week when I wander into this studio and sit down and do what I always do every weekday on the radio. Come in here once a week to just sit and talk. I know, I can't explain it either. So until next time. Oh, by the way, every weekday, NewEnglandBroadcasting.com, RonVanDam.com. Google The Ron Van Dam Show. We're on every platform. We're on syndicated radio stations. I say we, it's just me. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Wish you peace.